All right, we are back in SpellRogue. We were doing some speed running before. I don't think I want to keep doing that. We may return to it later in the run. We do have a technique, but I don't know how it scales to the boss. We're still missing maybe a little component there. Defeat a boss on the first turn of combat seems like something we could potentially do, but let's try 50 dice in a single turn. Let's play around with that with Lapis a little bit. And then fluctuate 3 rerolls is, I think, a great part of building that out. So we'll go for a Lapis A run. And since we're doing challenge runs, we'll go for this. So things that appear like they could roll us more dice. Turn 1 more, apply Glacial. Must be played first, we get block from it. Or auto-cast the rightmost spell. Every 3rd turn. Let's just get more dice on the first turn. I think that's fine. Alright, so let's see. 2 Ice Spears. Ends your whole career. Alright, and we're well on our way to taking this guy out next turn. I do feel like playing the fire guy did give me an appreciation for playing faster. Let's see. Deal 9 damage on a 7, roll a dice. Ice Blast is kind of cool. I really like Encase in Azure, though. Very, very strong. Yeah, let's grab Encase in Azure. We know that's a good one. And then we get double shard elite on this right path. I think that's the best we can do. We can also, can we get a double shard in the other way? No, I don't think so. So right path, double shard elite feels pretty good. All right, so let's see. 11 damage out of Ice Spear. A 5 and a 4 would get us 2 4s would have gotten us this guy. Well, we'll get this guy. Then we can encase 1 in Azure and reroll the other one. There we go. Hey, Zwerg. That is a mighty comment there. Let me see what I can do with it. Might be a bit off topic. I was watching your Dungeon Crawler stream from yesterday or 2 days ago. You're mentioning how well the episode YouTube numbers were doing. I'm slowly catching up on all the live streams, but always watch the stream recording, not the individual episodes. What's the best way to support you? Watching episodes or the stream, or does it matter? Doesn't really matter, if I'm being honest. Let's see. 12 can get the kill on this guy. So let's just do that without re-rolling. Yeah, I mean, watching is watching is the short version, Zwerg. I mean, technically watching both is the best, but I would not recommend that. Let's see, that defends us up, so then we can try and get large numbers over here. But yeah, I mean, just watching it wherever is good for you. It has always been my intention just to make sure that people have options to watch it the way that they enjoy watching it. That's always been my goal. That's why I stream on YouTube and Twitch. It's why I put up the content as episodes with like a story behind them and otherwise. Reroll lowest dice. This has some potential to work. I don't mind grabbing that. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's no wrong answers, I think is the short versions where you are supporting by watching, which is a incredible kindness. What's with the Dungeon Crawler numbers? I mean, I think we landed on a good line, for lack of a better descriptor. Okay, so let's see. So we can do. All right, let's be a little chilly. We'll finish this guy off next turn. I really like the way that that Ice Spear, or excuse me, that Arctic Point is going to work with like low numbers, right? So you can do like a big attack. That'll reroll our 2. Oh, Well, if we had, if I had used the right skill, these two were transposed. So that'll work. Yes, that is absolutely fine by me. That is absolutely good. Okay, so we learned that remove poison is targeted, so we don't love that. Gain X block, reroll dice. We like replenish Azure. Do we think we can get away with these two? I do want to switch these. Yeah, for now this will work, I think. Replenish Azure being 1 through 4 is pretty good. What's the deal with the Foresight here? On Foresight gained, +1 charge. I feel like there's an infinite with this, potentially. But this is also very, very strong. I'm going to hold off for a second. In case in Azure, being able to store 2 dice is really good. We don't have... We do have Aquafortis to get rid of. Plane grabbing without magnet feels kind of bad. Maybe there. So yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that while we're playing through this Doppel, because I've been giving a ton of thought. Because like, I'm sitting here and I'm kind of sitting back and I'm going, wow. You know what's really awesome? How well Dungeon Crawler is performing. I'm like, this is fantastic. And at the same time, I'm also like, what do I do with Dungeon Crawler to make it feel fun? Because right now it feels kind of like it feels like we've done most of the stuff there is to do, if that makes sense. Like the build diversity in the game isn't super great, if that makes sense. All right, like it feels kind of sometimes a little one note ish. I think we just go for this. I don't think we greed anymore. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if there's like a smart thing we can do to spice it up, or if largely we're just going to be waiting for the dev to make something bigger out of, or to make additional changes that make it more exciting. Because I'm not trying to trash talk it, but it does at the moment feel a bit like the game is like we've done most of the stuff that we can do, and there aren't that many builds that we can kind of like lean on. Okay, so let's see. So reroll lowest dice. My goal here, I think, is to get the kill this turn, which I think we did exact lethal style. Yeah, I mean, I think that there are just some things that are really dominant right now. Well, which 10 countdown spell do we want? But I mean, like, it's very hot right now, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like, I do enjoy playing it. There's a bunch of builds that I want to make work, but when you try and force a build, it gets really tough. So let's see. Play 10. Next turn, roll +1 dice. So we could get 2 foresight out of this, but I don't think that's doing anything. I think these are all probably bad. Increase by 1 for each dice roll. Riptide potentially works with kind of the concept I want to go for, but let's see what else we can get here. Deal 3 damage on depleted, roll 2 dice. So you can get 2 of the 3 dice back on Winter's Bite. Deal X damage, apply poison, or X block and X. I don't think any of these are that interesting, but I'll take Winter's Bite. Cast 10 spells, get an icy die. Gain 1 fortify. Or add 1 charge to all countdown spells on turn 1. I always get confused because it says on turn 1. Ring of Block is quite good. Yeah, let's just go. Well, we can. The thing is, if we get the... Okay. We do Prejudice because we can put the icy die in case Azure potentially. And that's like potentially very, very strong. Gain 12 block. Random other spell gains +2 charges. Convoke. Deal 4 damage, increased by 1 for each spell cast this turn. 1s turn into power, but then it mutes itself. Instead, it becomes apply broken. Liquefy. If target has less than 25 or 50 health, kill them instantly and remove all poison. We're not really doing a poison build, so I don't think any of those work. So which of these? Every 3rd turn. Every 2nd 1 is rerolled. We don't want to reroll our 1s. Heal on boss. On block gained fury. This seems very interesting. Let's try this out. And then, do we have stuff to sell? We can sell Winter's Bite for 15 and buy a block potion. Okay. So let's see. More Arctic points doesn't really get that, isn't that exciting. We could take a moment to do some theory crafting. Before we do that, we will take a quick look. That's a good call. Okay, so water spells. See, the problem is I can't really sort these by ones that give foresight. And I have to click on each one to see if they potentially give foresight. Let's see down here. Toxic skin. Unrestorable. Okay, so mental reservoir you can gain 2 foresight off of. There's no way we're going infinite off of that. Right now, what was Polar Nexus? Deal 8 damage 3 times, decreases by 2 this combat. Yeah, I don't know. We're just going to have to keep our eyes peeled. I don't see anything, but I'm going to try. If we don't have foresight gained, this is completely worthless. Let me just take some extra damage on Arctic Point, I guess. It's that or we save it. Maybe we save it. We don't need it for this fight, certainly. Can only roll over 1 die there. That's kind of a bummer. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. Hold on. Take you back out. My notifications aren't going off. That would make potential sense. What happened? Oh, somewhere with the resub. Decided to do it afterwards. Twitch is hounding me to spread the news of your milestone. Cheers, somewhere. / the dud / 73 other names. Let's try and fix this really quickly though. Master alerts. Refresh. All right. That should trigger now. Okay, let's see. We got 4. We got 8 damage coming in. That's fully blocked, so I'm fine with it. Well, and then I can take the 3 out, put this in here, because this is going to stay icy forever, which is pretty clutch. Yeah, building up a lot of icy dice and having Encased in Azure carry them over is like extremely good for business. I apologize. It was not a resub, only the news that I have now been subbed to you for a total of 3 months. Similarly awesome somewhere. Deal 5 damage, increased by 1 damage. Increased by 1 damage this combat. Accumulate. Gain 1 block, increased by 1 for each dice rolled this turn. Accumulation. If we get an infinite rolling combo going, accumulation becomes very cool, I think. Okay, we're almost here. So what we should do is we should... What should we do? We should hit ya. That triggers that. Lock that safely away. Yes, accumulation is the goal. Let's see if we can make it happen. Let's see. So, replenish Azure. Perfect. And then do we blow up this guy? I don't know. I think we actually have a lot of block coming in right now. Apparently we don't. So wait, why is this? Oh, do these ices not trigger? Because the icy die is block damage, or is when spent in a spell gain X block. So I would assume that right now we were getting 7 plus 7, 14 block from this. And it does not look like we are. So that doesn't work the way that I thought it did. So the icy only trigger when you actually cast them in a spell. So each turn, I guess we need to do like this. It does work like I think it does. Then why was it giving so little? Like this says I'm only going up to 19 block. Well, so, okay, so I have 13 right now. I am gaining 8 from just the dice here, and I am taking 4 damage. So 13 plus 8 is 21, minus 4 is 17. So I am not getting the secondary block out of these. I'm checking it right now. Yeah, because I go up to 21 and I go down to 17. So it does not work the way I hoped it would. This apparently does not count as spending it. But nonetheless, these icy dice we got, hanging on to them is kind of insane. Regardless. If I do this, I reroll one of the 4s. If I put this 4 in here, I reroll the other 4. There we go. And then I can reroll the 5 to see if we can get something lower that I can hang on to. Nope. Okay, and icy dice only generate block. Okay. No, it didn't, because we went up to 21 and then we went down to 17. I'm like 90% sure. I think we have the kill, so I'm just going for it this way. Yeah, the dud, I'm pretty sure it is not working the way that we thought that it was, or hoped that it was. Cast 15 spells, roll a dice. Roll a dice, apply Ignite, or roll a dice, Vex. I think the Hex Robes is fine. Okay, let's see. Lath Spell. Lath Spell has the potential to do some crazy stuff, I think. We're depleting a lot of stuff, so I think it's worth trying.